In the year 2021, the fourth corporate war began, and that's when it all went to hell. I mean, it was already hell before then for most of us. But man, shit really hit the fan. The next couple of years, it just got worse, until eventually it all came to a peak between Arasaka and Militech. On August 20th, 2023, it all ended with a literal bang when a raid on the Arasaka corporate building brought the whole place crashing down, right in the middle of Night City. A nuke that went off took out the entire corporate sector, instantly killing 500,000 people and displacing thousands more. Now, 22 years later, we're finally recovering from that hellish time. But make no mistake, it's nowhere near peaches and cream out here in the red. Now, Night City is an even bigger playground for booster gangs, technocults, and all kinds of unsavory characters that wear everything from spiked leather to silk button-downs. What you do now will determine your fate in the time of the Red. It's time for you to rise up from the rubble of Night City. It's time to resist. It's time for some disorder.
Hey, follow around the birth of a soldier. Ready to decide if you live or die. Rise up, resist and disorder. Rise up, resist and disorder. Nowhere to run, it's all undone. Everything burns, everything burns. I'll watch you fall down, I'll drag you face down. Everything burns, everything burns.
All right. We are back with episode 6 of Cyberpunk Red Resist and Disorder. All right. So, last time, unfortunately, the recording got a little messed up because I had myself muted the entire time.
Oh no.
So, that was interesting. There was just like a bunch of like pauses in the middle of everything. And then you guys say something, more pauses. You guys say something else. So,
Look, like Obi said in chat, it'll just be funny improv.
You just put redacted. Redacted.
yeah. So eventually, I'm still gonna get that episode up on like YouTube and stuff like that. But I am going to have to like go through and just kind of like do some truncated stuff and do some like overdub narration on some certain points.
As best you can remember, for the reason why we were asking or responding to certain things.
Exactly. So
Great
that'll
experience for that episode.
yeah, that'll be an eventual thing. And for this episode, for people actually watching it on Twitch and YouTube right now, I had made a nice new little layout that people can actually see. They can see me as the GM. They can actually see everybody's little tokens and characters and everything like that and who's who. Did a whole bunch of little aesthetic things to hopefully make the whole thing a little more enjoyable to watch. Because honestly, the way I had it before was just like the Roll20 screen up and then a bunch of talking over it. So that seems kind of boring. So I was like, I need to do something else here.
I mean, let it never be said, Peter, that you don't like decide to just go above and beyond on formatting for games.
I very much like to have a structure because I am way too ADHD to I can make stuff up on the fly, but I'm way too ADHD to keep it consistent. So I definitely need to have some sort of structure in there.
Ah.
All right,
So when last we left off, we gathered a whole bunch of information, and we had found various policy decisions that this guy we're looking into had done in relation to population of the city, i.e., trying to attempt a mass exodus and thankfully not getting very far. Security details, he's got the police and he's got like various more private organizations involved as well, including like the military doctors.
Yeah, no, like the security, well, the security around like the city council in general is executive level security, you know? So it is going to be the top of the line, best money can buy, privatized military security.
We've got some potential scandals, namely in the form of like he's got a weakness for joy girls, and there's one in particular whom he really favored, who maybe we can make some connections happen because we're out of character. We're pretty sure we know who like that person is. We need to make some in character connections. Uh, we've got his foreign ties and we've got his campaign donations. Now, last I checked, last session, we had two more things that we were going to do before we start trying to build a plan off of all this. Namely, Yama was going to get in contact with a bunch of Nomad contacts to see like what he's doing and if he's moving any goods and using the Nomads to do it and like seeing some stuff there. And I was going to kind of ask around the night market to see what I could find about him there, just to kind of round out what we have.
Yeah. So I will say, as much as you know, as much as Dreamer knows, the night market could have potential information, or it could have nothing at all. Because night markets pop up all the time everywhere.
Yeah. I figure it's at least worth checking, and I know when one is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Now you just got to figure out where.
Didn't I get a location too?
No, you knew you got a. This is when the next night market is going to happen.
Fuck, then I'll ask around to try to figure out where.
Yeah. The only people, so the way that night markets are found by people, unless you're like just happen to be in the area when it pops up, is usually you get that information through a fixer. Like they say, hey, this night market's coming up, or we're doing a night market like at this location. You should be there. So that's usually how people find night markets. And since y'all don't have a fixer in the party, the best that you're able to get is like, hey, I heard that there's a night market coming up on this day.
Unless we contact one.
Yes, unless you get in contact with a fixer that will actually give up said information.
Yeah.
I know we're on good terms with one.
You're on fairly good terms right now with Rex. You did a job for him, very successfully, in which you got the information that you are currently trying to follow up on. So Rex is a possibility of finding out where this night market is.
I think I'll hit that up, but I think first things first, because this was something that Yama was planning to follow up on, and we just didn't have time to like get to it last time. Like Yama was gonna get in contact with a bunch of Nomad contacts.
Yep. So Yama, are you gonna try and hit up your first? Who are you going to try and hit up for this information?
Okay, so practically we're probably looking at like actually probably looking at talking to like Aldecados here. Aldecados. There's talk to Shiv, and if he's got any dealings with my people, it's probably for assassinations. And I mean, challenge accepted. It's
I'm right.
Challenge accepted. It's probably not. It's not quite relevant to us. Probably.
So I can't get on roll 20. Our router went down because we had a lightning strike.
Oh, fun. Well,
Yeah.
I will go ahead and make the rolls for you. So
Thank you. What, Dad?
All right, so you are going to hit up your old buddies in the Aldecados, or try to, I should say.
I'm sure that there are Aldecados who will probably talk to me. Probably it could happen.
All right. So go ahead and give me a local expert roll. Oh, that was another thing with the local expert. I realized that local expert is more supposed to kind of be like a certain section of Night City. So like your home area is basically like where you mainly reside within Night City.
Okay.
All right.
So, like Little Europe or the Executive Zone or Little China,
yeah.
that
So
type of stuff.
yeah, so the local expert role can extend to the entirety of Night City, but will just be at a penalty if you're trying to do a general Night City location. If you are trying to do it in your specific one, that is what the role is going to be meant for.
Okay.
So what does that mean for
I mean, your
me,
local
the
expert is
nomad who mostly doesn't live here?
Yours is the Badlands.
which is
Okay,
distinctly
so-
relevant to this situation.
Yeah, in
so-
this case, something like that.
Something like
Wow.
that, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so important question: Are there any mitigating factors for is actually a nomad?
Well, the fact that he is a nomad is the reason that he doesn't have penalties to the role.
Well, I tried.
Let's face it. I'm not going to spend luck. I think we all know. That's not it's not going to work out.
I don't think you have enough luck to spend to make this worthwhile.
I mean, here's the thing: you needed a minimum of a 9 to get any semblance of a success on this roll. So unless you had, what would this be?
11.
11 points of luck. Yeah. You would not be able to get anywhere with it.
I guess the Aldecados are just not talking to you.
I think the I think an unfortunate side effect of being what we are. They marked me and like nah, specifically not you,
That may be one of those ones. Oh yeah, there's going to be a night market in let's see, the old bank block. Yeah.
I don't even think it's that. I think they're just like specifically not you. Leave. Like there wasn't even a conversation. Just specifically not you. Leave.
Oh no, this was you trying to like remember. So like, where could I find like a group of Aldecados that would actually talk to me?
And you couldn't think of any.
And you couldn't think of a single one.
I mean, you could just toss the dice again and just try it because you probably know where there are a bunch of camps and just hope that they don't shoot you.
You cannot attempt the same roll twice unless you have a new piece of information that would alter the roll.
No, I'm not saying roll. I'm not saying like roll. Local expert. I'm saying just roll the dice in the sense of go to where you probably figure a camp is and hope that they don't shoot you.
The roll was low enough, I would say that you thought of one person, but you shot them like a year ago?
In my defense, they were talking shit.
Is there any skill that you have that you could sell on me that could give you a complementary skill point to your local expert role?
I think, and this is,
and you'll have to roll this skill first to see it. And you need in order to get a complementary skill, you need to get like a 13 on it, which is the average roll. So if you can sell me the skill and then make the roll, you'll get a complimentary roll on your local expert roll, and you'll be able to make the check again.
So okay, yeah, I think like kind of as like a standing thing. Part of the reason that let me actually go check the word I used for him real quick. 'Cause
You
we
should just
do
go with
have a proper.
wardrobe and style. You just look too good.
The issue is that like this is the wardrobe and style of us, like us, like okay, there we go. Samnateru. Yeah, is like part of the reason that the Samnateru aren't lumped in with the Shiv is that we do pitch in with other nomads. We help out mostly by way of sharing sharing the loot. And when it comes to Yama, that loot that's usually been cars. Very good at delivering uh stolen cars to nomad destinations. And I'm sure there's got to be a nomad garage or two around here that I have graciously delivered goods to that uh that would be much less hostile to see me than like say hypothetically the nomads that would be probably more senior to them.
Okay, so with that, I will go ahead and say that you have these locations in your agent. So make me a library search to basically make me a library search first with a +2 because your agent gives you +2 to library searches.
Okay.
And if you make this, you'll get the +1 your local expert to be able to actually no, library search would be better. I was going to say you could do deduction on this as well, but library search would be better for you because of the +2. But yeah, library search, and then if you make the roll, you'll get a +1 on your local expert, and you'll be able to attempt the roll again.
Okay. Library search. It's an 11. I think I'm looking for a 13, so I'm going
You are
to
looking for a
spend
13.
2 luck. Spend 2 luck to make that a 13.
Did you put the +2 on that already?
Yes, I
Okay.
did.
Okay. All right, so 2 luck to make it a 13. Okay, you have the +1 to your local expert. You may attempt the roll again.
Okay. One more shot. Just
-3. -3.
Oh, come on.
Now I'm gonna spend 1 more luck to make that a 13.
All right, that's a fair bit better.
Yes. Yes, that is indeed a fair bit better. All right, so you have spent a total of 3 of your luck this game so far.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you are able to narrow it down. It's like, you remember thinking about it. Well, you're like sitting out there in the middle of your camp and everything like that, and it's like, man, where could I find some of my old avocado buddies? And you're just kind of sitting there staring in the distance, and nothing came to you. Then you remembered, it's like, oh yeah, I got all these garages in my agent. And you looked it up, it's like, this one right here. I remember that so-and-so, I'm still on good terms with so-and-so from the avocados here. He can probably talk to me.
I didn't shank that one.
And again, in my defense, he was talking shit.
Oh, one other thing that I remember we have not been doing. Yama, you're the only one who doesn't actually sleep in the hotel or anything like that, right? You sleep in your car?
Yep. Plus hunting.
Plus what?
Yep. Sleep in the car. Scrounge up food.
Okay. So
the hard way.
every day that you do that, you're supposed to make an endurance check.
Isn't there like hunting that you can do, like survival something?
It's more about actually having a good night's sleep and whatnot. And in a car or sleeping on the street, you do not necessarily always get a good night's sleep. So you're supposed to make an. I'm not going to make you. Well, I'll do it for you now, but I'm not going to make it retroactively on the rolls you just made. So go ahead and give me an endurance check real quick.
Where is that? That's in it.
Body.
Body? Okay, there we go. I don't see a stat for that, so let me just 1d10.
No,
yeah, endurance
it's
is
a 1 on the body skills.
Yeah, it's right
That's
above
just-
resist
there it
torture
is.
and drugs, and it's a will check, not a body.
Bonk.
All right, let me check the thing here because it's in the lifestyle section. Oh, sorry. That's sleeping on the street is the endurance check. Sleeping in the wilderness is a wilderness survival check. You're right, but it is
Yeah,
a
there it is.
DV15 that you need to make. So re-roll that as a wilderness survival check.
Where's this? There
Bottom
it is. There it is. That's why.
There you go. All right.
Any I was about to ask, any bonuses for being nomad and having, like, I imagine just sleeping in the trunk or something?
The bonus is I have default awareness. I have default investment in it as Nomad.
Yep.
Which is why I was willing to just rely on it.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't understand why nomads got a penalty for sleeping in their cars. They're nomads. You should get a bonus.
I don't know if you've slept in a car, but you don't really get the best sleep at night, especially when it's a regular passenger vehicle.
I mean, I camp in mine, so yeah.
It's harder. The taller you are, the harder it is. Let me put it that way.
Point. I am a short little shit, so I can fit a twin size air mattress in my car.
In any event, Yama
Yeah.
is not suffering penalties for bad sleep.
Correct. All right. So, Yama, who is this person that you're that you're going to try and hit up?
Okay, so I will leave a name up to you because I'm not nothing's quite coming to mind at the moment. But
Random name generator, go.
Fair cop. But I am thinking of like a nomad who is like they work in a garage generally. Like some might call it a shop. Everybody else calls it an upstanding mechanic with a supply chain that the good customers don't ask questions about. And like here in like before Yama had to spend more time in this city, like this delivering cars to this chop shop was generally the only reason he had to go near and or inside Night City. And as a result of doing welcome work at least in this garage, Yama is and despite being Samrateru, Yama's fine. Yama's good people. When seeing Yama has been a good thing. It's fine. Yama's fine.
Right.
I swear, Yama's a good man. I swear.
So wait, Obi, are you literally like portraying Yama in the eyes of this person as quote unquote one of the good ones?
You didn't have to put it like that, but yeah.
God.
Listen,
All right.
they're
So,
awful. They're awful, man. They're awful.
all right. So you remember your buddy Lutz in the avocados, who more or less kind of hangs out almost full time at one of these garages.
Yep.
So you head on over. You drive up, And it looks like there is definitely a meeting of sorts going on here. Either, something's being planned or something's about to be delivered, but something's going on. And, there is definitely it's obviously not the whole, family of avocados, but it is a good amount of representation there to get stuff going on. So you can definitely tell something's either going or about to go down.
So okay, I'll frown thoughtfully and then
Do you actually like drive up, or do you kind of do that slow drive by, thinking about it, and then just like drive past?
nice kind of slows down beforehand thinking about it, and then like decides to like, nah, it's probably this is fine, I can pull in. And yeah, like so he does, and like yeah, like call out like, hey yo, Lutz.
You call out, you see Lutz look at you, and then everybody stops whatever they're talking about and looks back at you.
Yeah, Lutz, got some questions to ask, some information I need to know about. Got a friend who's in a spot. You got time?
Lutz kind of like looks at you and then looks at the rest of the group, and one of the other members. Let me see. I don't really have a name here. Let's. Let me find a. Let me put a name up here.
Nobody. Can I go upstairs to the attic?
All right. So one of the other guys starts walking up. He's one of the leaders of one of the packs within the Avocados. Starts walking up. You remember his name is Raymond, and says, "What kind of help do we have to offer you?"
Just answers to the couple of questions. Looking into somebody's trading habits.
My next question is, why would we offer this help to you?
Because the guy I'm looking into is the kind who goes after upstanding sons and daughters, the kind who sicks Nazis on people. This is the kind of thing that I'm looking to take care of on my own time with the help of a couple of interested friends. Not looking to make trouble. And if it's troublesome anyway.
Well, it seems that then, since it's something you're doing on your own time, then it's not something that involves us, now does it?
I understand that we're not exactly well liked, but we pitch in. We continue to pitch in.
Which is why the Avocados have decided not to just wipe your sorry asses off the face of the Badlands. You're not as bad as Shiv, but you're not much better.
I'm gonna elect to ignore that. But anyway, we've done good work here. I've done good work here. All I'm asking is for answers to a few questions, and then I'll be on my way. You don't have to tell your friends that you talked to a filthy Sam rat. You don't have to report to anybody. You don't. I'm not even asking. I'm not asking for cars. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for guns. Just answers to a couple questions. Yeah.
Go ahead, real quick. Give me a perception check with your Nomad bonus.
Perception?
That'd be the standard +2. Yeah.
But are you talking regular perception or human perception?
Regular perception. Like this is like looking around at the.
And that'd be the number the Nomad bonus would be a +2. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever bonus that you get to like your vehicle checks and everything like that for being a Nomad,
okay.
go ahead and put it in this as well.
Okay, so making this with that already added in. Yep, bada bing.
Okay, so as you say that and you look around, there are multiple pack leaders here.
Oh shit, they're doing something very big. Oh, this is a dominance display. This guy is trying to keep a name for himself by like basically like kicking one of the runts.
Well, so Yama's like pack was exiled from the Aldecados, like unanimously exiled. So it's not just kicking around one of the runts. It's like you were one of us, but now you're not because you fucked up really badly.
I mean, something that you might be able to lean on, I guess, Obi, is the fact that there was a bunch of stuff that your pack would have gotten, and you said that your pack shares. So, like, they got a whole bunch of stuff from the train that presumably was a big payout for the Nomad, bunch of different packs as a whole.
That was just his pack that he called for that.
Yeah, but they share stuff around, right?
Sometimes. Y'all got most of the good stuff.
And like it is an open question if a train and whatever like was that train shared around? Yeah, that is an open question, and it is a question that Yama has not followed up on.
Mm-hmm. If you want to, you can also give me a human perception check as well.
With the same bonus?
Nope.
Sure will do.
Just straight human perception. No extra bonuses on this one.
No extra bonuses. Okay. I'm gonna sit on that 12. All things considered, I might need those 3 luck points later.
Okay. Are you sure you don't want to spend any luck? It'd be 1 point to get to the next round, to the next level. I know you said you only have 3 points left, but it's more of like how badly do you want to possibly succeed on this?
Okay, fine. 1 more point. 413.
All right. So looking around at everybody and at this guy, you can see that there is visible anger in like all of these people towards you, but it's not necessarily a anger out of like malice or hate. It's more of an anger kind of born out of sorrow. So do with that information as you will.
Sorrow. Okay, I'm gonna ask a question. Is like I don't know if I like got good enough to get an answer per se, but okay, out of character anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it sorrow directed towards me, or are they, or like does it seem like they are grieving something and I have kind of like walked in on that?
So when you drove up and walked up, give me a concentration check to this will be kind of a retcon thing. So give me a concentration check to kind of see if you were able to get a feel of what was going on when you drove up.
I don't like that.
It's the very least the bare minimum.
Yeah, and again, I at this point, it's absolutely. I might need those 2 points later. I'm not going to spend on that. I'm happy
Okay.
with it, but I'm not going to spend on it.
All right. So you weren't really paying attention to what everybody else was doing beforehand. So you weren't able to get like a full read on that. You weren't able to get a full read on it from how they were before. So it could be that it's something directed toward you specifically. Or it could be that something had happened before that you rolled up on. But you're not with a 9. You are not able to determine this.
All right, so yeah, let's see here. I'm going to run with the assumption that Yama being Yama and frankly kind of being like, for all intents and purposes, born to his nomad tribe, probably figures they're not exactly sad. They're probably not sad for him. So like, yeah, I'll kind of like look around, like narrow his eyes a little bit, like. But if the nomads need the kind of answer we provide, we're available.
The avocados take care of their own business. Doesn't matter what it needs to. You guys went above and beyond to sow about a bit of chaos, and it made it harder for us as a whole. Like I said, we tolerate you because you still help out on runs every now and then when we need the extra hands. But like I said, for the most part, you're not much better than Shiv, and it is a courtesy that we extend out to you.
If that's what you have to tell yourself to save your pride, I understand. Just like I understand that we fulfill a need. We don't ask for much. We understand. We're not liked. We're not respected. We're not preferred. I would not be here if there was not a need. I would not be here if I didn't think that by doing this favor, I would not be improving the situation for one of our own, for one of our wayward own. Decent guy, getting on a little bit, something like his 30s now, but I'm sure you've heard the story before of what happens to us when we're not protected. When people don't fear our retribution.
He's just kind of looking at you, and he looks back at the rest of the group, and he looks back at you. We don't need to have them fear our retribution. We're in a better state than we've been for the last, was it like 50 years? They know what will happen if people cross the Nomad clans. We
Then
don't
what do
need
I-
to. We don't need to hold that fear over them anymore. They know.
Then what do I see on those faces? So I don't think it's from me.
He just kind of like stares you down a little bit. Let me see here. So normally in a stare down situation, which would be kind of happening here, a who blinks first is a reputation like check between the two. But that's not quite the same thing with what I kind of want to go here. So I'm trying to find another skill that can be done.
I think like conversation or persuasion.
Maybe just a straight cool roll.
It will be intimidation between you. It'll be intimidation.
Where is intimidation?
Intimidation is awareness. I think. No. Where is
Like
intimidation?
there actually is a straight intimidation skill.
There is. There's interrogation.
I mean, I know it is not under social skills.
I thought there was an intimidation skill.
Oh,
But-
I'm looking at my sheet, not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either. I could have swore there was, though. Huh. Pop out your window here real quick. There we go. That way I can kind of just go over each one. All right. Well, let's see. I guess just a persuasion. Persuasion check here.
Bonus from a roll or no?
No, not in this case.
Okay.
The bonus I had given you before was specifically because you were going to be recognizing other Nomad
Sure.
individuals.
Let me look at the table real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a point to bump that up to a 17.
17. Okay.
Okay.
So you tell him, you ask him, it's like, then what's the look on your faces that I see? And he looks back at you, he stares at you a little bit, and then he sighs. And it was the look is for you and yours, in that we had to exile you from the pack. The fact that we still extend that courtesy to you is because we hope that one day maybe you all will see the error of your ways and can be accepted back. But I can see from your attitude here that that is not going to be any day soon.
I mean, he was just admitting I'm helping out another nomad, i.e., me, because of my nomad descent.
Yeah, but you're not actually a nomad.
Where I came from, come on.
You know how many people in the party came from nomad roots? All but one person. And that's Blitz.
Classic.
But so just kind of behind the curtain here, even if Yama like dropped your name and everything like that, it would not actually do him any favors.
Yeah, it's why Yama is being like so circumspect. Like basically, like this is probably about the most benefit he could possibly get out of him. Like get out of Dreamer.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's a whole lot of politics. And again, all I'm here for are answers to a couple of questions so I can keep somebody from getting lynched by Nazis.
And that sounds like it's a problem that's inside the city, which means it's not our problem.
It's a problem you might have hands in because the person trying to get him killed is city council. City council moves through you.
Exactly. So we have the council under our thumb, so to speak.
So unless you were signing off on hiring Nazis, sounds to me like he's off the reservation. Sounds to me like he needs correction.
And it sounds to me it's still not our problem.
And like at that, like he kind of like raises his voice a little bit, like basically like so that like everybody can like actually clearly hear. So you're saying that the Aldecados
I'm saying
work with fucking Nazis?
I'm saying the Aldecados don't deal with the motherfuckers inside the city. The city deals with the city. The Aldecados deal with the Aldecados. Don't try to do that, reverse blame bullshit here.
Talking about bullshit when you're trying to step me off just because I'm here to ask a couple of fucking questions, try to save a life or two. She running me off, telling me I'm the goddamn scum of the fucking earth, calling me a step better than fucking Shiv.
Exactly. So you're a step better than the scum of the earth. So going back a little bit, it seems that like he hasn't quite. You realize that he hasn't actually completely dismissed you yet. So it seems like maybe, just maybe, he is looking for a good reason for him to extend help to you. And you're just not quite hitting it.
Let's see here. Would
Your
I be able like to
your personal issues, the personal issues that you have, especially with dealing with, individuals inside the city, do not seem to make him care about it.
Would I be able to make a roll to get an idea of what it is that he's looking for?
Let's see.
Sounds like human perception.
Yeah, I was gonna say human perception could be one. Is psychology one? I forget. Because I think psychology might just be human perception.
I think psychology might be one of the med tech skills. I think.
I mean, it used to be a skill back in 2020, but they're used to 2020 like second edition of the game, but that was also had a lot more skills than we currently have.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me human perception. Human perception will work here.
Nomad bonus relevant. Like, is this?
I'll give you a +2 for the Nomad bonus.
Okay. I will take what I can get. Yeah, it's got to be 11.
Okay, don't have any more luck left?
I have a point.
A point of luck. Okay. Let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else that you could do on this. Because you're not quite there, but if you can sell me on a skill that will possibly give you a +1 to this, then I'll let you roll again.
Okay, so like figure like I could think of like a couple ideas. So like let me just expound a little bit. So
Sure.
like yeah, I figured again in practice, like yeah, well, like there are strong moral objections to the Samrat. Like again, they are kept around because they bring in they bring in good things. That means like Samrat, like the Samrat area are very good at acquiring through one means or another. That means generally being violence. Like things that things that are generally very difficult for the nomads out here to get. Like whether that's weapons, it's medical supplies, vehicles, and like yeah, they acquire them and sell them at like relatively like like as far as like internomad trading goes, like the Samrat are pretty cheap. Like you don't have to push them that hard to get them to share the wealth, and they'll work very hard to get it. So like and of course they're willing to provide less pleasant services too. So like whether that's as guns, as like whether that's driving, whether that's acquisitions.
Yeah. So just
Willing to
a
put in.
note. So just a note on like that leg. Like all the nomad clans do that kind of stuff, right? Like they will.
Yeah.
They're not above armed robbery of things and all that other kind of stuff like that, right? But like there are still like levels of code that they all have, where like, and now one of the reasons why your specific pack was kicked out is because you went over the line way too much and way too often. So,
Of course.
So just saying that like your pack like offers those services doesn't really like say much, because they all do what they need to do to survive out here.
Yeah, but what I think Obi was getting at is they fulfill a certain niche, which I think is kind of necessary, even if the other nomads don't want to admit it, in the sense that they're in that interim space between where if there's something that you couldn't get enough people together for something that needed to be done that would not fit like the code of honor amongst various nomad packs, they're the ones to go to because they'll know that they'll stick to it and do right by you and won't stab you in the back like the shivs would.
Mm-hmm.
Like that the gray area. They're like the kind of necessary, like when we reach these situations where our hands are kind of tied by our own principles, we go to these guys.
Okay. So what skill are you trying to tie this to roll? Because like I said, I'm having you roll a skill for a complementary check on this. So what skill are you trying to sell me on for this?
Right. So I think like this is, and this is gonna sound a little weird, but I think this might actually be like a trading check, because like this is like basically this is like the kind of like I don't want to quite admit to it in public, but I still want you to understand I still want you to understand what I need from you, and then like supply your end, like a kind of transaction, and I think it's something that yeah, like this, my family is more used to doing, because yeah, like that's kind of our position. We are not publicly acknowledged. Like I figure like 6 or 7 times out of 10, when other nomads ask us to do something, they don't tell their friends, and they don't tell their friends or their family that they asked us to do it, or how they got it in the end, or where, like, whatever supplies they moved to pass off to us, like where they went, or where they went, or why they went, or why they went when they did.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then go ahead and roll me a trading check, and then I'll let you roll the human perception again. You need a 13 for the complimentary bonus.
Yeah, 'cause I figure that'll fuck Jesus.
I'll give you a +2.
Yeah, yeah. Gee, wow.
Okay, let's do it again. Come on, dice, work with me here.
They are
Thank you.
working.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of fascinated by the Samataru here, simply because they seem to fulfill that kind of necessary, but nobody likes to admit it space of every now and then we're tied by our own principles, but something really needs to get done, and we trust you guys not to stab us in the back like the true outcast would. So, you know.
All right,
It's a neat little cultural niche that they fill.
All right, so the line of thought that you were going with all of that seems like the same line of thought that he is, and that if you want us to do something for you, you're going to have to do something for us. And it seems with like that level, he's probably not talking about your pack. He is talking about you, or he's basically talking about you specifically, because you're not doing this for your pack. You're doing it for you.
Okay. So yeah, I understand that you ain't got much shrift for my cause, and I understand that to get, you've got to give, and I've got time, I've got effort, and I get results. Seems to me like you might enjoy few results gratis. Yeah?
And looking at him and looking around, kind of you see kind of some half smiles on their faces, and he says, "We'll be in touch." And then they all turn back around, and looks like they're going back to their meeting.
Okay, so yeah, and I'll just and just like answer me this out of character. Like, would I need to do anything to like leave contact info behind, or could I just like take it as read that they absolutely will?
They know how to get in contact with you. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, so like yeah, then I'll just smoothly pull away, drive off.
Okay.
All right, so we may be getting something in the future from the Nomads. Hopefully.
Perhaps.
Oh, you might be getting a job from the Nomads in the near future.
Yeah, but we also wanted information. So,
Oh no, like I'm fully aware.
Yeah, the message. Yeah, the message definitely got out there. Like they know exactly what I want.
All right. So switching gears here a little bit. Resin, you are working on this body.
Yes.
Okay. So first thing we're gonna do. So I know I had you do you did a roll like way back when, as kind of an initial bit
like
on it.
21.
It was a 20.
Yeah.
So I will give. Let's see what I'm gonna do here. Actually, let me pull up what all is actually on this guy so that you know what you can pull out of it. Yeah, it's because the initial 20 is basically that's right. It was basically identifying all the pieces that you could get out of it. So let me pull up that. All right, so here is all of the various pieces of cyberware that you can salvage from this particular individual. It's got some cyber arms, some cyber legs. The cyber arms have pop-up grenade launchers, pop-up heavy SMGs and Wolvers on them. The cyber leg have some jump boosters on them. He's got a cyber snake. He's got like grafted muscle and bone lace. A neural link with some installations in there, and some subdermal armor.
He's got a lot of stuff on him.
He does have a lot of stuff on him. It's like
Yeah, Militech fucking kitted this guy out. Well, this thing out. If this guy was ever initially human, I would be surprised. This guy might be like vat grown for purpose.
I'm pretty sure he's just a brain and a body at this point.
That's why I'm thinking he might have been vat grown for purpose. Because like it's not like Militech has any qualms about doing that.
This guy is this body is definitely still a lot of flesh on him though. Like It's not like Robbie where he's like 80% metal. This guy's about like probably 60-40 as far as like flesh and metal goes.
The idea might be that they're like trialing out like some kind of like a really heavily kitted out like super soldier. Like, what if we just loosen these their ethical guidelines, make them sign a couple release forms, and then
ethical guidelines.
Yeah, those things you tell the lawyers that you have. And sign a couple.
That's a thing lawyers write up for you, so that you can tell the public.
Yeah. Sign a couple release forms, maybe.
Oh, you mean the PR documents? Gotcha.
Yeah. The things you show the public. Yeah, and then you start. Then you take a couple of the enlisted who really want that promotion, and then you just start pumping them full. Just see how many parts you can get in there
before they go insane.
Yeah. And
occasionally you wind up with a random talented general with standards and a human soul, and you've got to console them with what the lawyers have written up for you.
Yeah, I mean, and then for all the rest, you've got PFC Jenkins. Don't worry about a bunk. He fits. You can just stuff him in the trunk. Here's the collar. These are the commands. Just if he gets a little bit too bloody, give him, make sure you're not within 300 feet while you're sending the shutdown commands.
The thing is, if that is the case, then we might be sitting on some incredible blackmail material, because Militech is trying to gain a bunch of its autonomy back after it got nationalized by the United States, but they're currently still have been nationalized mostly for pulling shit like this.
How many states are currently in the United States? I've never been quite clear on
we lost Texas. We lost Texas and a lot of the east, like a lot of the western states.
Yeah, it's become very regionalized at this point. In
The
that
new
like
USA is like the eastern seaboard and a bunch of the central states.
yeah, like Texas seceded like it always wanted to.
A bunch of the western coast has seceded, and the new USA is basically everything else. So, like the United States is balkanized into 3 different regions at this point.
Yeah, actually, think of the current actual like U.S. as proper as the original United States, as in like the New England colonies.
And a bunch of the middle states.
Yeah, like slightly expanded, but that is more or less the United States proper at this point.
Yeah. Militech is ostensibly nationalized. Like in 2077, they got their autonomy back for all intents and purposes. But currently, they're still ostensibly under like the auspice of the new USA.
They are the official army again.
Yeah, mostly for pulling a bunch of shit like this because the president found out you gave a nuke to a junked up rocker boy to do what? So somebody might have been going behind a bunch of people's backs to make this dude.
I mean, it's very possible it was government sanctioned too.
Possibly.
I was like, fun.
Yeah.
Figuring out which is going to determine how the grade of blackmail material we may have.
All right, so I'm assuming that you're wanting to take this guy apart and everything like that and salvage as much as you can.
That would be correct.
Okay.
Because the more I can salvage, the more I can make off him.
Right. So, let's see. I will give you basically two. I'm gonna have you have like 2 roll attempts per day for how long everybody was like going for, which is like over the course of like 3 days. So you'll have like 2 attempts per day to remove like a piece of the cyberware that is installed into this guy, because it is all definitely integrated into the nerves and everything like that. Like there is no like pop-off points on any of this stuff.
Yeah, that would make it way too easy.
Mm-hmm. But once you get it off, you could totally install like pop-off points onto like the arms and legs and such.
So Cybertech roll?
Surgery roll, actually. Well, you can roll, you can actually do Cybertech as a complementary skill to your surgery. So
Okay,
you can roll,
so that gives me...
yeah, so you'll roll Cybertech, and then on a successful Cybertech check, which, unless you, like, basically don't roll a 1 on your Cybertech check. Because as long as you don't roll a 1, you'll succeed.
You'll get bonuses for, like, actually taking this guy. Hey, and you did it.
All right, so yeah, so you will get a +1 bonus for the 2 attempts on this day. So go ahead and do your surgery, which will be 8 plus 5 plus a D10, so that'd be a D10 plus 13. Is that 16? All right. What piece were you removing, by the way?
Start with the legs.
Start with the legs. Okay, so you got.
No. Yeah, let's start with the legs.
All right, so yeah, the leg. You got a leg off.
Okay.
Also, if you want to spend any luck on these, you are more than free to. But 16 for the leg was good enough.
Okay. Do I need to roll Cybertech for each one?
No. It's basically every 2 attempts, I'm going to have you roll the Cybertech check.
Okay.
So if you just hit the up button, you should be able to go to your previous roll.
Yeah, I got another 16. So.
All right. Going for the other leg?
Yeah.
All right, you got the other leg off.
Okay. So that's the day 1.
Mm-hmm. You want to give me another Cybertech check? All right. Do you want to spend any luck on that?
I'll do 1 luck to get up to 21.
All right. With a 21, I'll give you a +2 on these checks.
Okay. I know. I'll right there. Just back up the rest of the pasta, I guess.
That's a plus 14 on
Okay.
carving this guy up.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it'd be 8, 6, yeah, so yeah, 14, D10 plus 14.
Sorry, my mom had a question.
No worries.
Okay,
So yeah, roll D10 plus 14. And what piece are you going for?
Let's go for the head this time.
So the head, you've got the Neuralink.
Okay.
Okay. A 17 will do good on here. And whilst you are in the middle of doing this, because to get the Neuralink off, you needed to kind of like check and make sure that everything's intact and everything like that. So you plugged it into a computer that you have and whatnot to kind of like make sure that everything in there is connected properly and whatnot. So while you are doing this, give me a perception check with a plus 2 bonus on it.
19.
Okay. 19 will be enough. So you are still seeing like
Human perception or regular perception?
is regular perception.
Oh, I hit human, which is 1 point lower. So.
Okay.
60? Or I mean 18.
So
yeah,
you got 18. Do you want to spend a point of luck to bring it to 19, or just leave it where it is?
So I would add 1 point because it would be regular perception plus 2 would bring it up to a total of 20. Add 1
it's
point.
higher.
It'll put me. It's 1 point higher for regular perception.
Oh, 1
Okay.
point higher. Okay.
We misunderstood.
Okay. Do you want to bring it? Do a point of luck to bring it to a 21 then?
Yes, I will.
All right.
Yeah, you get 4.
So you plug your computer in to check the status of the Neuralink and whatnot, and basically kind of like seeing what's installed in it and everything like that. Which you see it's got a chipware socket, which is pretty standard, and it's got a pane editor that is also input in there. And one of the just checking the signal connection and everything like that, making sure it's good. You are still seeing brain activity.
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
And not just that it's brain activity, but it's very abnormal brain activity.
He's still alive?
So
Technically still alive?
So you look at the body and whatnot, and you can definitely see that the body's not breathing or anything like that. So you're not even sure if these things, seeing this, you're not even sure if these creations even need to breathe. Just kind of looking at what's going on. So
What's Militech doing?
I want to see if there's a
If there's
battery
brain activity, it must be
processor
getting
chip.
oxygen intake from somewhere.
Well, all he technically needs is his blood circulating, so that would work with the battery.
The reason you need blood to circulate is to get oxygen to the brain.
Yeah, that's why I think there's some
Yeah.
sort of processor fan.
you usually with cybernetics and cyborgs and everything like that, it's synthetic blood.
So it might just be that he hasn't, he might have some weird cyber magic hyper oxygenated blood that just hasn't run out of juice yet.
So looking at looking at this stuff and looking at the brain waves and everything like that, it looks like actually, do you have deduction?
I think I do.
Let's see. Deduction.
Deduction, I do.
You do have deduction. Give me a deduction check.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So looking at everything that you're looking at and whatnot, you think that Militech had somehow, because, and also looking through the memory, the chipset and everything, there's only one chipware socket on here. And based on like the brainwaves, it looks like there's a lot of information that might have been artificially packed in to this guy's like cerebral cortex and everything like that.
Okay.
Did they plug an AI into a meat puppet?
No, like out of character, kind of probably think of like what they did in the Matrix.
Oh,
Oh. Oh dear.
those
Oh dear.
motherfuckers.
I know kung fu. Yes.
Oh dear. Okay.
So this is a super skill chip.
It's not even like the skill chip, like the chip in there. Like, there's not even a chip in there anymore. Like, you look for you see the chipware socket, and you're looking for the chip for where this information is, but there's no chip.
So it's already just downloaded into his brain.
Which, by what we know of just stuff that's available on the market, isn't possible. You need a chip and you plug it in, which means Militech has found a way to get around this. Though it may not be necessarily healthy, because this guy was definitely crazy.
Do I have a matching chip that will fit in that socket?
I mean, it's standard chip socket size.
I want to put a blank one in.
And you just kind of try to download. Are you trying to basically do what Soul Killer does and download his consciousness?
Possibly.
Any and all of the memory chips that you have are not large enough to hold the information that is packed inside this thing's brain right now.
Oh, good lord! He needs a computer.
Well, I mean, does Resin have like the kind of hardware that she might be able to use for that in her clinic? It is a clinic.
No, she does not. Kind of based on like what she's looking at here, to do what she wants to do, she would have to have like a Militech be attached to a Militech server, or maybe even Arasaka if they were still around.
I would need a full-on supercomputer.
Yeah, like her little laptop and everything like that she was using to just kind of check the vitals and everything like that of this thing is nowhere near good enough to do what she wants to do with this.
I'm leaning more and more towards Militech did something super illegal here.
So am I.
I mean, Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting in my car. Speaking of, I'm getting in my car.
Okay.
So you'll need to make my rolls.
All right.
But yeah, no, Militech evil. I'm seriously not trusting them.
I mean, it's usually a pretty good stance to have.
Can I get anything out of him without messing with that neural link stuff, or do I just need to basically
to set up like
if you want to eventually extract the information from his brain, the neural link's going to have to stay in.
Okay, I will leave it in for now. I'm basically going to put him in a box in case he wakes up and tries to see anything.
Wait, before you put him in the box, arms?
Yeah, no, that's next. I'm just putting his head in the box.
She's saying after she's done taking him apart.
I do have a question of what Resin might be able to do here. You know how like there's some ways that you can like kind of plug computer into a person who's catatonic but still like conscious and like respond on a screen. Would it be possible to do that? Like if there's anything left of this guy, if he's not just a cyber psychotic mess. Would it be possible to like set up a screen where you could like type out words to us?
It's a possibility.
She can try.
He does have an access port.
Screaming.
He does have an access port. Like I don't know. And like for that particular kind of thing, we do have Blitz as well to kind of help facilitate, because it's kind of sort of just a more advanced version of what netrunners do, right?
So on the second day, Blitz is out, prepping his.
Right. I'm just talking about like in the future, because if there's anything left of this guy, because I'm real curious about what the fuck Militech was doing.
Yeah, I don't have the skills to keep him from infiltrating my network. Blitz might. So yeah, I will wait for that. Right now, head goes in box.
Well, you didn't like cut off the head. You just kind of like concentrated on the head.
Yeah.
Oh.
But just
I thought it was detachable.
No, his head was not detachable. It's
Even in
basically
this
like
You
way.
never know.
his head and his upper torso are complete flesh, and some of his lower torso, and then
Okay, so keep the fleshy bits, detach all the metal bits full of awful, horrible weaponry.
Yeah.
okay, you're able to at least like you can still extract like the pain editor from it if you wanted to.
That sounds cool.
I'm gonna leave that.
I mean, at this point, since he's still conscious and we might find a guy in here, that seems.
I'm gonna leave that in there. Just for
You're
for
like,
safety.
you know what? Hippocratic Oath still falls under this right here.
To an extent, yes.
Like, just. There are some limits, because Jesus Christ, if there's anything left of this guy, don't turn off his ability to not feel what Militech did to him.
Okay, so in that case, I'm just gonna put like a cloth over his head so he can't. If he opens his eyes, he can't see anything.
I mean, his eyes have been open the entire time.
You know what I mean. And then I'll get to work on the arms and lower torso.
Okay. So you still got one check left for today. Well, okay. So the first check you made was basically to go through and find all the stuff that you did. So that's what I'm going to do for that. So your next check is going to be for one of the arms.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you
Plus
need me to roll
14.
that for you, you said, right?
Yeah. And remember, I have a +2.
Yeah.
So it's a
So roll
D10 plus 14.
D10 plus 14.
Roll that 10 again.
30. That's a 30.
Can we say that she got both arms?
Yeah, you know what? With a 30, I'm going to say you were really, really efficient with removing this one. With removing one of them, that you're able to get both arms on this roll.
Cool. So we have hopefully disabled evil Robbie's ability to inflict damage.
Mhm.
He still has a throat snake.
All right.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
heads
that-
up, the
that's
throat
next.
snake actually the most dangerous melee weapon.
Yeah, I mean that's within the arm though.
No, it's just on
in
the body.
chest. It's in the chest.
Oh, it's in the chest. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it comes up out of their mouth. It's like a freaking
Okay,
Go-
I missed that part of the description.
yeah, no, it comes out of their mouth. It's creepy.
There are two snakes. There is also an arm snake.
Yeah.
Hey, I get it.
All right, so there's the cyber snake, there's the grafted muscle and bone lace, and then there's also the subdermal armor. So this is going to be day 3, which, by the way, Blitz has shown back up, and he's looking a little worse for wear.
Time to relax. Here's an info dump. Got a bunch of information, and now I'm gonna go rest.
And as you're resting, you get this info dump of there might still be a person in this.
Yeah, it's take a nap and then come deal with the dude who's still inside this head.
Yeah, that's gonna like in order for it to rest though is a full day of doing not a goddamn thing.
Yeah, which is what I want to do.
Yeah, I am more explaining that to Stephanie so that she doesn't try to bother you during your day of rest.
Yeah, well, I need to finish, removing all the things he could attack us with before he messes with him.
All right, so we're gonna do another cyber tech check.
Uh-huh.
You got a 10.
Well, no bonuses, but
Yeah,
Okay.
no bonuses on this one. Which
Okay.
kind of sucks because this is going to be the ones that kind of might actually need it because
Yeah.
All right. So you got the cyber snake, grafted muscle, bone and lace, and subdermal armor. Which pieces do you want to go after?
I feel like the cyber snake is the most important thing here because the other stuff is just I take bullets good.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get rid of the thing that makes him do damage to us first.
Okay. Well, so there's that. You got one more check that you can go after. Well, actually,
we want anything else?
let's see if you succeed at this one first.
Yeah.
All right. So bring it up again.
10 plus 12.
Yes. You got a 16. Do you want to spend any luck on that?
Yeah, 1 point of luck will bring that up to the next tier.
Yeah, I'll spend 1 point of luck.
All right, so 17, which is what you're gonna need to get rid of this, I think. At least in keeping
Right.
intact.
We have disarmed evil Robbie.
Literally, at this point.
All right, you got one more. What do you want to go after?
Which is the more valuable of the two?
They're both pretty valuable.
What's left in him again?
What are the two remaining options?
Subdermal armor and grafted bone and lace.
I have a question. If you take out the bone stuff, does that mean he doesn't have bones anymore?
No, it's grafted into the bones.
Okay, so it'd be like
It's basically
kind of like
it's
pulling
reinforcement.
off pulling basically like thin sheets of armor off of the bones. Okay.
Well, like kind of like think of it as like, so you know when like people like break their arms or whatever, and they put like pins and stuff in it to like reinforce your arm so it heals.
But
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
think of that, but over your entire body and just to reinforce your entire skeletal structure.
Okay.
It's the
It's adamantium
Wolverines.
from Wolverine.
It's Logan von X-Men.
I feel it can't quite be like full Wolverine because unless you're gonna like Magneto him, then the only way you're getting it is taking off the bones
like-
and shaping.
Like conceptually,
most
it
of,
is
like,
it is being
depictions
like
of-
that.
Like Wolverine's like skeleton isn't like completely encased in adamantium. Like in most depictions, it's a bunch of plating.
because he
No,
still has
either way.
joints.
Yeah. So if you're looking for cost of things, the grafted bone and grafted muscle and bone lace is usually 1,000 eddies,
Wait,
brand
never mind,
new.
the comics, it literally is encased.
And then the subdermal armor is where is it? I think it's
Hey,
up in
comics
internal.
are silly.
It should be in the same thing.
Subdermal, there it is. It's actually the same amount. It's 1,000 eddies, so they're worth the same. The subdermal armor, it basically gives you the equivalent of wearing a light armor jack without having a light armor jack on,
and it heals itself.
Yeah, and it heals itself. It's what Robbie has on.
That was
And-
probably easier than picking out his bones.
Yeah.
And then
I
the
can
grafted-
get his bones
the
later.
Yeah, the muscle and bone lace increases your body by 2.
Okay. I'll go with the subdermal armor because I might have time later to pick apart his bones.
Okay. That definitely takes you the rest of the day, because every time you like start cutting into it, it kind of like, reforms itself.
Yeah, I figured.
So this is gonna be kind of a tough roll to remove. You got a 20.
Got a 20 though.
I will spend one luck.
21. That's the next
Alright.
tier.
Yes, you are definitely going to need a legendary level or a heroic level or higher to get this off.
That's the 21, right?
Yeah, 20 is heroic. So like,
Cool.
again, like 9 is simple. Like, hey, this is something that anybody without any training can do. And then 29 is legendary. So anything
21,
over, yeah,
21 is heroic.
Yeah, 21 is heroic. And then you got 17 at professional. There's actually a big gap between professional and heroic.
It
Yeah,
really
it's
is.
really weird.
Either way, I spend 1 point. That will leave me with 2 luck left over
For the rest of the session, yeah.
the rest of the session. Put me at 21 so I can get all of that stuff off. It just takes forever.
Then you can propose later on once Blitz is feeling better. So can we set up just a way to talk to this dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
so
I'll deal with the bones later.
okay. So it is the end of that 3-day period.
Because did you know the average human skeleton can fit inside a backpack?
Yes. I'm a writer. My search history is weird.
Same.
Okay. So let's see. Dreamer, you got your 3 days of doing stuff in because you had the incident with the reporter. You went around
I went around my home territory and I
Yeah.
talked with the Valentinos.
Yeah. Yama, you found some parts and you found a antique fuel injector, is what I'm calling it, for your car. And you went and talked to your avocado buddies. That's like 2 days worth of stuff. So is there anything else that you can think of that you wanted to try and do within this 3-day period, or are you just going to hang out for that 3rd day?
I think I might like shop around to see if I can't like probably find somebody to fix my armor up, because I don't like 8 out of 11, and I don't think Yama's like quite comfortable enough with Blitz to see if you can get him to do it. And
Well,
my
Blitz,
tech
I don't think
is
Blitz has the capability to do it.
even better. And also my tech is 3, so I do not rate my odds of doing this myself very highly.
Yeah.
I have a way higher tech than you. What the hell?
He's not. He's not a technical person.
I just rolled very badly for the stat. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
You tried good.
Yeah, his actual tech is 3.
Good God.
Mine's like 9.
I believe to repair armor is just a basic tech check, though, isn't it? You don't actually need to be a tech to do it.
Oh no, you don't. But my basic tech skill is very bad.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no. So yeah, Blitz could potentially do it. He's got a 6 in basic tech.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, basic tech. Yeah.
Yeah. Resin's actually got a 4 in it.
I got a 2 in it.
So technically, yes, Blitz could do said thing, but this 3rd day is his day of rest. So you would probably have to find somebody else.
That's why I think that's what I'm gonna do with my day. I'm gonna see if I can't find somebody who will fix this up for me.
Okay. Let's go with
Joe's armor repair.
So I'm gonna have you make a streetwise check to see if you can find somebody to actually do it. Well, actually, no. It'll be a local expert check, but I will allow you a trading check as a complementary skill to boost it up.
Okay, I'll make that check.
So your local expert's going to be at a -2.
Oh, then chop 2 off of that because I rolled.
Well, no, that's your trading.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So your trading so you'll get your trading bonus, but your local expert check will be a -2, so you got a -1 total.
Okay, gonna add that. Local expert. I'm just gonna call this local repairs and pop. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw luck in that. That's just what that is.
Okay.
That's an 8.
So you spend pretty much your whole day of trying to find somebody to repair your armor. It's not that you don't find anybody that can do it. Like, you can find people that you can do it, but they're basically have orders like backed up for like a week.
Yeah, or they're like charging more than the armor be worth. And yeah.
Or they see that you're an obvious nomad and are racist.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
I
yeah.
feel like you're gonna come to me.
You only ran into one of those, and that was because you went into this kind of like higher class tech shop that as soon as you walked in, they were like, they saw the dirt you were trudging in, and they shooed you out immediately.
Yeah, and yeah, and I'm not gonna force the issue. So because fuck 'em. Like I don't. My armor's too busted up for me to retaliate, for me to rob them in retaliation. And frankly, it might even ruin this thing I possibly have going with the Aldecaldos. So let's not.
You're like, God damn it!
Yeah.
I have to be a good boy.
I mean, there are probably absolutely instances where the Aldecados and other nomads have done retaliation against racist shop owners, but
Yeah, but are they going to let me off the hook for it? Exactly.
It's like, you guys
Yeah.
do this thing all the time when it's necessary.
And just bring it to me later. I'll see if I can fix it.
all right.
I'm
So,
going to check Cybertech anyway.
so okay. So on the fourth day, we all meet up to share information.
Yep.
Okay. So, I'll just kind of like, as we're all just kind of like sitting down, we're like, so I figured out some things asking around. First and foremost, he's got as much security as we might expect for somebody on city council. Police, privatized. What's the name of the militarized medicine?
Trauma team.
Yeah, and trauma team. He's got all that on hand. Did find out some interesting things. Apparently, he's got a weakness for joy girls. So much so that he had one that he was seeing on the regular. Couldn't get a name though, but I'm told it starts with an M, something like that.
It's been a hot minute. I don't know if I remember to write her name down in my notes. Let's
Yes,
see. Let's see if I
It
did
was
that.
Melanie.
Yeah, well, I'm just asking if I remembered it, but apparently I don't think I did. But that's a me problem, not a Yama problem. This happened like 2 days ago. He'll remember. Oh yeah, Melanie. Oh yeah, one of those. Yeah, in fact,
Wait.
I met her just outside the city. In fact,
Wait,
yeah,
no,
come to think,
Wait. Her
she had some
name's Melanie.
yeah, it looked like she had some old Joy Girl mods too.
I may
Had this sit, and Yama's like already lost interest. Like had this sit, like started like walking towards this car. Had this sick old turbocharger you would not believe.
I may follow up on that just to make sure. I don't necessarily believe in coincidences, but that's maybe.
On the turbocharger? I know. I
no,
only saw the
I
one in
mean-
there.
Fuel
I mean
injector, not
her.
turbocharger.
I mean her. Yama.
What?
God.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I
she's
also,
probably still there.
I also worked out. This guy's a real piece of work. Also, by the way, talked with the Valentinos. That's why I figured out about his security details because he pissed the Valentinos off something fierce because he attempted a few years back to forcibly remove a bunch of lower income people from Westbrook into the Badlands, and the Valentinos objected to this violently.
It was his economic relocation program.
So this guy's a real piece of work. His policy decisions, as best I can tell, are very much corporate focused, which it's not surprising just on paper. But this guy's going kind of above and beyond if he was suggesting a mass exodus.
What a piece of shit.
I know, right?
We should kill him.
Well, see aforementioned security details, Yama.
We should kill them too.
See, this is why you got kicked out of the Aldecados.
Yeah. So, God, again, it seems like it may just be a coincidence, but I'll check up on Melanie. You met her at a junkyard outside the city?
Yeah, she runs this little antique shop.
Well, maybe we're absurdly lucky. I don't know. It's worth checking up on.
Yeah, maybe she got more car parts.
It's not so much in the Badlands, but it's kind of just on the outskirts of like kind of where Haywood is.
Yeah.
Like probably right around here. In this general area right here, just right outside, just inside the outside of it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what I figured out. Blitz, you look like somebody kicked you in the face repeatedly. You okay?
I'm not that bad.
He's better. He's better now. He had a full day of rest.
Yeah.
More important question, what about them?
I didn't hurt anybody.
That's bullshit.
Okay, how many programs did you
Dude, some
destroy?
of us have style.
All right, so how many programs did you destroy?
Irrelevant.
Okay, but
I take care of them like butter, so it's not that big a deal.
yeah, but I'm taking from your cheery mood that you found some good stuff.
Oh yeah, I got all his what was it, Peter? I got his foreign information and his
You got foreign ties and information on campaign donations.
Ooh,
So-
juicy, juicy, good
Alright.
stuff, Blitz.
So, you haven't had. So you spent like your basically a whole day back resting. So you haven't quite like gone through them just yet, but you can go through them now.
Yep.
Yeah, Blitz, let's check this out. Let's crack this open. Because like the stuff that I found is stuff that we can follow up on and maybe get some use out of for pressuring this guy. But this, this is juicy.
Oh, by the way, our lovely techno soldier, he's still in there,
What? Wait, he's a person?
sorta. He's got brain activity.
How?
I
Is it
don't
like a-
know, but yeah, I'm not poking that brain.
But I mean, he's just a torso and a head on your table.
What a fucking legend! I haven't seen that. I've seen like 4 guys with that much chrome in them.
I
I mean,
mean,
I wouldn't even call them
legend.
guys anymore.
I ran a scan, and he's still got brain waves, so technically he's still alive. And his brain is carrying probably twice as much information as it should be able to.
Probably more like 10 times as much.
that's
a lot
reasonable.
more.
That's not a big.
He's
Okay.
got a chip in there.
No, there is no chip.
No, a chip
Oh.
slot.
Oh yeah, the chip
Chip
slot.
slot. But
So wait,
none of my stuff is big enough to take that. It's gonna need like a full-blown computer.
can we talk to him? Maybe like because you could plug stuff into a chip slot, right? Could we like I don't know hook him up to a screen? Could he talk to us? Could we figure out what the fuck Militech was doing? Because this is horrific, like on a scale that I haven't seen since what Arasaka did to Robbie.
Uh-huh. That's his job, not mine. I just take them apart and put them back together.
Well,
Recommendation: if this is your desired outcome, the doctor can examine this officer's input-output interface to determine a method by which the processing unit can be connected to a audio-visual suite.
Yeah, that could work. That could work, right?
It could work. But I suggest doing it inside like a Faraday cage or something so he doesn't broadcast anything.
I mean, we have the jammer for that.
Point. So that works.
Oh yeah, you
Just
found
like-
you found the low jack in him during your operation, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah. So there's going to be no more risk of somebody figuring out where their toy soldier went. Hopefully.
could you put him into a medical-induced coma, so therefore he isn't like just suffering over there?
I mean, his pain inhibitor's still on. I
Thank
got
God
his
for that.
I've got his head covered with a cloth. There's not a whole lot more I can do to put him in a coma, because I don't know if that would actually kill him or not.
I don't think a medically induced coma would kill him.
All right.
I don't
Blitz.
want to make him any crazier than he already is.
All right, Blitz, Resin. Robbie had a good idea. If you could examine how Robbie works, because I know Militech had a hard-on fucking rivalry with Arasaka, which means there was probably like whatever they did to this guy, they probably stole from Arasaka just as a base. Like, could you look at Robbie, figure out how like Robbie's works, and then use that to plug this guy's, I don't know, voice into a computer, and hopefully he's got more than just screaming?
I mean, I have to go in. I have to go through Robbie and turn all of the rest of his shit on. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Robbie, you've got stuff that she needs to turn on.
She needs to turn on Robbie? Ha ha.
Well, no,
We said that she basically did that when she was fixing him up last time.
Okay.
Or does that mean I have my new mods in too?
No.
Oh.
That requires actual surgery. This was basically the equivalent of Robbie sitting in a cryo tube. But
Well, sitting on a table. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, all right. Well, fuck.
Well,
I know this is kind of secondary to other stuff that we're doing with the councilman, but shit. This might be good. Depending on how this goes, this could be stuff that we could hold over Militech for a lot of cash.
Could.
They might just want a lot of cash for him back too.
Well, they wouldn't
I
get.
mean, if
Maybe
there's
we
if
could
there's an
do the
actual
same.
person in there and then like he didn't volunteer for this, I'm less willing to go for that.
Yeah.
We have to see what we got first. I understand.
If we can hook up to an audio visual so we can see his memories, that'd be even better.
Yeah.
It's to him.
Well, can you take a sample of him and maybe do a search on his DNA record to figure out who he might be?
We wouldn't have records of that in Night City. He came from elsewhere, remember?
That's true. He was being shipped in.
yeah, the only way you would be able to find that is if you were connected to Militech's database.
Right.
Which we are not. And would be really difficult to do.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, decent odds we're gonna be getting a call from local nomads in probably a few days. They're gonna need work.
And I still gotta finish stripping his bones. What's
It-
left of them?
It'll be important. It might not be pleasant.
Oh,
Well, as long as it pays well.
so the Aldecados might have a job for us in exchange for better relations and maybe information. Okay, cool.
Fine.
Well,
Don't hold your breath on relations.
I mean, I really wanted to talk with the Aldecados later anyway, because I've been trying to get in touch with a number of different power groups because I am trying to run for mayor. So,
So is Blitz going to try and eventually do a deep dive into him, or what? Or actually, no, you wanted to try and see if you can
Let's
hook
say
him up to
we-
some speakers the way
yeah,
that
like,
We
You
got to
know-
check out Robbie first and then
Yeah.
to see if we can hook up speakers.
yeah,
Okay.
like, have you ever seen if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device? That.
I have not seen that. So I no
It is
idea
the
what you're
best
talking
way to enjoy Warhammer 40k because it is basically just this setting is silly.
about.
But it's literally the Emperor as a text-to-speech device, and so just talking to everybody as a corpse on a throne.
Okay. So Resin, you've been into to Robbie's circuits quite a few times already. You've been hooked up to him and everything like that. You could probably jerry rig, or Blitz could jerry rig probably something to Dreamer's pocket amp.
Oh man, I hope it doesn't kill my pocket amp.
I don't know. Depends on how much he's screaming.
I'm hoping there's more than just screams. But here's my pocket amp.
All right, one of you guys give me a basic tech check. Actually, combination of cyber tech and basic tech.
Who wants to do what?
I'll do cyber tech. I'm better at it, I think.
Okay, I got 13s in both of them. So
I've got 14 in cyber tech.
okay, so I'll do the basic tech.
Yeah, I think my basic's only 11. I think.
I'll
Yeah.
do basic.
Working together as a team.
Basic tech.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, right. Resin, you are not at your thing.
Not yet. No.
So 14 for
Cyber tech.
17.
Yep. All right. That is well enough for both of them. So yeah, you were able to hook up the pocket amp to the Neuralink and kind of like splice it in together. And it's kind of sitting there, not on yet, and you're just kind of staring at it in a kind of a tense of, so who wants to turn it on?
Set the volume all the way down.
Yeah, let's set the volume real low. Like still audible, but it's not at what I would do like if I was in concert, because that if he is screaming, that will be real loud.
And if it does work, do we have a way for him to hear us?
Microphones.
I
Yeah.
mean, his audio processors are still working, so.
Oh, okay. Fair enough then.
I mean, he has ears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this is just to allow him to speak. So here we go.
I turn it on.
So you begin kind of like hearing this this audio static kind of coming through, and just
Can you hear and understand us?
Awesome. Thank you.
Thing is going to die. No. Yes. Oh.
Hi. I'm Dreamer. What's your name?
No problem. What?
You just kind of hear this like constant static and gibberish followed by screaming.
Oh, okay. Whatever Militech did to this guy, it has absolutely broken him. Just
Rob- Robbie steps forward and puts a bullet in the brain case.
I mean,
just in a single swift motion, pulls out his gun, sets it like in a position where like there's like a gap between the armor, and just pulls the trigger.
does anybody try to stop Robbie from doing this?
Do any of you have the time to? Are any of you fast enough?
I think I'm the only one fast enough.
I will not try because you know.
But I'm pretty sure that would catch me off guard.
I mean, it would catch Hassan off guard too, but he'd be pleasantly surprised after a shock because Robbie did that on his own initiative, and you can count the number of times that Robbie's done that on like 2 hands.
Yeah, I've never seen Robbie do anything, without pretty much order. So that's like, oh, what? I didn't see a threat there.
So yeah, I guess Robbie destroys this guy's brain.
Okay.
I mean, look, let's be real here, Peter. None of us could feasibly stop him.
Well, I mean, even just kind of like, Robbie, stop, no.
I even like, pulled the trigger before that.
Yeah, like nobody would be able to process what was even happening, but like, before the trigger was pulled.
Yeah, like no, like
there. What all I'm saying is there's at least a 3-second time span in which somebody could try and say something, whether or not it actually helps.
I mean, I figured that 30 seconds is probably.
See, my initiative is bunked there.
I mean, I figured that 3 seconds is filled up with Jesus Christ. So,
a bit of what he was saying. What?
Oh, Robbie has mercy killed this guy.
Oh, what was he saying?
He was screaming, talking about how everything is going to die, and sobbing.
Oh, okay then.
Might have ruined the neural link that you wanted to take out, though.
I'd be surprised if it managed to remain intact.
Yeah.
Did Robbie pulp his head?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what that is what a bullet directly to the brain at range 0 does.
There are easier ways to do that.
Well, that's what he did, though. But yeah, like now, what we got out of this guy, and I was recording this, Peter. Like I had my agent on. Like this guy was screaming, sobbing, talking about how he was going to kill everything, how everything was going to die. And this was like the throes of absolute cyber psychosis. Like whatever Militech did to this guy, I think it was a lot less focused and a lot more of a hack job with actual like physical restraints to channel it than what Arasaka did to Robbie. Because what Arasaka did to Robbie feels like it was a lot more focused than what Militech did to this guy.
I'm pretty sure there was a whole pile of circuitry keeping him in check.
Yeah. But well, now he doesn't really have a brain anymore.
There's a
If I only
after
had a
pulling
brain.
the trigger. There's a good few seconds where Robbie is completely immobile, and then there is the audible sound of like servers grinding against each other, like there's like it is like unmistakable. Like you can faintly hear, and like it's probably drowned out like subconsciously in everybody's like minds, the like smooth like soft sounds of like his joints whenever his pistons and servos like move underneath what accounts for his skin. But now they're loud. They like it's like an animatronic that has like that needs a driver update. He it looks like he's seizuring for a moment, and then sound stops. He takes a step back and returns it precisely to the position and posture he was in immediately before pulling the gun and firing it.
I'm going
As
to
if nothing
approach.
happened.
I'm going to approach Robbie just very slowly, very cautiously, hands up, showing I'm not a threat. Just like, Robbie, are you okay?
Status nominal.
I'm gonna get a towel.
Okay,
Yeah,
Robbie, I
there's,
get
there's
that-
like synthetic blood all over the place. It's the milky white like substance that you're used to seeing in like movies and stuff like that that would come from like androids or
Okay,
whatever.
Robbie, I get that you're okay right now, but you did just step forward and shoot that man
Open
without
question if he was that anymore.
There's no record of any such action.
Okay.
Show your recording.
Alert! He pulls out his gun again.
Oh.
Active fire situation. A weapon has been discharged.
No, Robbie. I know you have no record of the event, but that's something that you did.
Question: would Dreamer want to show him this action that would obviously contradict what Robbie's memory banks are showing, and possibly
I'm not going to show him the video that I was taking.
Okay.
Aww.
Because I did say I was recording everything.
Acknowledged. Entering diagnostic mode. Beginning troubleshooting.
No, Robbie. I don't think this is necessarily a problem per se. You were just acting on your own initiative, which is frankly further than something that I've been hoping to get you towards.
Alert. Officer operating under own initiative. Entering
Robbie!
diagnostic mode. Beginning troubleshooting.
God damn it, Robbie!
Yeah, why didn't you just let him have it?
I've been trying to get you to this point for years.
The like LEDs of the like screen image is gone blank. He's out. He's standing upright but unconscious.
It's got the equivalent of like the when your computer is like booting up, just a little like line that's like blinking in the corner.
Motherfucker. All right. Well, whatever. Deal with my shattered hopes and dreams another day.
All right. Well, Blitz, you got some information that you can cipher through.
Yeah, I guess we might as well do that since I have a towel.
Don't forget your towel.
I guess we'll start with the foreign contacts first, because that's always fun.
All right. So it looks like Haakensen has been in contact with, he obviously Night City once was and is probably, if the Night City Council has anything to say about it, will again be a very high center for trade and commerce. So you see like a bunch of, obvious like various things with like shipping companies and everything like that. But you also see that there's been a lot of correspondence with Arasaka.
Ooh. Like at that point, like Hassan kind of like
including direct correspondence with Hanako Arasaka.
oh, that's like the inner circle. That's part of the family. Like Hassan actually lets out a little whoop at that point, kind of like is dismay over Robbie deciding to just go comatose over, frankly, as far as he's concerned, a good sign. Kind of forgotten. She's like, that's good. Arasaka is still banned from the United States, just in general. And even if Night City isn't a part of the U.S., like the U.S. is willing to exert control even to territories it doesn't necessarily have to keep them out.
Yeah. Going through more of it. Actually, go ahead. So this is actually to get more of the details, because like this is just kind of like going through of all like to, from, replied to, all that kind of stuff. To actually kind of like go through it, I'm going to and like kind of figure out what everything is saying.
A library search?
No, not a library search. At least not in this case. A business check.
I can do that. I'm not the
There's a-
best at that, but I got the skill.
There's a lot of stuff to go through here.
Yep. Like I'll roll business.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, you're going through all sorts of
Okay.
I critted.
Pretty good, sir. Pretty good.
I do believe that is heroic now.
That's
it is
beyond
heroic.
heroic. That's incredible.
Yeah, incredible is the it's the one right under legendary. You could spend 2 points to get legendary if you want.
Or 3.
29 is legendary.
Oh,
Sure.
it's not 30?
No, it's 29. 29 plus.
Sure, fuck it. To 2 luck, because you know what? It seems like we're just gonna drain this particular fountain dry. We're at 29 now. I spent 2 luck.
All right. So going through all of the different correspondences and whatnot, like Haakensen has like dealings with everybody. There's probably not somebody that him or his office has not had contact with in some way, shape, or form, as far as like foreign businesses are concerned. Like he's in contact with Japan, he's been in contact with Russia, South America, the African Union, everybody. But
Any names I remember? Any names that I remember on that last one?
yeah, no, you recognize some names. Not names that I know off the top of my head, but you recognize some names.
Okay, point of contact for later.
But the information that I'm sure you're curious about is the contact with Arasaka.
Yeah, because that's real good for leverage. Because if there's anybody that he shouldn't be doing extensive contact with, and that the new USA will absolutely start throwing their weight around, even in territory that they don't technically own anymore, it's that.
So it's been kind of a the reason that you needed the business role here is because it's not like personal correspondence. It's definitely like legal correspondence. It's Haakensen, his lawyers, Arasaka, their lawyers, and a bunch of back and forth. And
They're trying to get back into Night City.
and yeah, that you are able. That is what you deduce from it. Haakensen is trying. It seems like he is trying to work out a way for Arasaka to return to business in the United States
In a way that doesn't piss off his eastern neighbor. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it seems like a way to do it legally, which is why there's a bunch of lawyers and such involved, and not just allowing Arasaka in there willy nilly. It looks like he's legitimately trying to get Arasaka just back in to do business.
I'm tapping on the screen after because I've like been writing a bunch of stuff down and like just connecting dots and doing some math. Like this is probably the most professional that you have seen Hassan because he hasn't really shown that he's got these depths before. But at the end of it, like he's just pointing at a whole bunch of emails together and just leans back and says, Arasaka, Haakensen's talking with Arasaka to try to find a way to get them legally back into Night City in such a way that doesn't piss off the president.
That
Holy
sounds like a
fuck,
lot of work.
Holy fuck, that's big. Like, wow. I mean, it was inevitable that Arasaka was eventually going to try to get back into Night City in the U.S. somehow, but I thought they were going to try to sweeten up the president. This is
Yeah, maybe that was too expensive. This is the cheaper way.
Yeah, so you kind of come to this like deduction more or less that with the rebuilding of Night City and the way that it's doing, it's very possible that if Haakensen is able to get a partnership with Arasaka to come back in, Arasaka can probably make an entire like wing to itself.
Well, that is frankly enormous. And you know what? With this information, I wouldn't be surprised as we look into these campaign donations that you also found, Blitz, if there isn't a connection here.
So when you look into the campaign donations, like Haakensen receives donations from pretty much every single corp in Night City. Like there is not a corporate wallet that he has not received something from.
But I'm sure some have donated more than others.
Sure. I mean, there's actual like ledgers and stuff like that, and there are also some very large numbers that are just labeled anonymous under like the anonymous donation tab.
Yup.
So, would I need to roll anything to glean some particularly pertinent information from this?
What kind of pertinent information are you trying to glean? And I will tell you if it is possible for you to glean pertinent information.
Okay, so yeah, obviously, like every major corporation is donating to its political campaign in some way. They're all kind of jockeying. I want to see if anybody has like done a bunch of stuff recently, and in like particularly large amounts. Basically, I want to see if anybody's made a push to like really get Haakensen's ear, because we do know that the person who put a hit out on me is probably connected to a corp. Haakensen was their initial point of contact for getting some people to kill me, and he passed it off to Rex.
And one of the other ways is to look for a heavy hitter who's not on the list.
Yeah.
It's like,
So basically those two angles.
Okay.
So
still going off of your legendary business roll. So you can see that there are like donations made to Haakensen that are pretty regular and for like a specified amount from various corporations. Biotechnica gives them a certain amount like every month. Continental Foods does. Look down look down the list and you will see that there is a monthly donation from corporations to the if you look at things, basically just kind of says, for the betterment of Night City, as just kind of like the little like for what,
Right.
Monthly donations, not just campaign donations. Monthly donations.
Called lobby.
We found the bribe list. Is what we found.
Yeah, exactly. This is how lobbying works. And I mean, like, it's not just like specific. These records don't just go specifically to Haakensen. It's like it goes to like the Night City, mostly the Night City Council as a whole. Like this kind of seems like how Haakensen and the Night City Council is like paying for projects and whatnot.
Yeah, normally those donations only occur like once a year or once every quarter. Monthly's a little odd though.
Oh no,
Yeah.
like this is useful just for like getting some hard data on something that everybody probably suspected.
See, but this is kind of one of those things where it's like, again, you're able to kind of Dreamer, you're kind of able to deduce that like these like they're not like so large per like all of them adding up add up to a large amount, but each individual one is not like out of the question for like each corporation, right? They're pretty much considered pennies to the corporations themselves, but as many of them as come in, you know, it does add up to a lot. But this is kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, we keep your palms greased, and then when we need to do something that isn't you know, quite above board, you know, you'll look the other way, right?
Okay, so yeah, I would turn to Blitz and go like, "You found their bribe ledger."
Well, I was wondering why my nose was all dry and stuffy, but that makes a lot of sense if it's air dust season.
But yeah, no, like the Blitz, you found their bribery ledger. Like this is quote unquote their lobbying, just a bunch of small donations to get under the radar that build up over time to big things or going back years. You found it for years. So yeah.
That's what you were asking for, right?
Yeah, no, this is good.
Yeah, no, this goes back like all the way to before the corp war.
Oh yeah, it's just like I'm looking at this going like,
now you know we can sell this for a lot of money.
oh yes. The Arasaka thing I kind of like for us to keep in our pocket because I do want to extort this individual. Sorry. But the bribe ledger, sure. We could probably chuck that to the various media.
I don't think they would pay well for it, though.
If you got somebody else in mind, sure. I mean, Arasaka I want to use as a cudgel to extort this guy. And I'm going to check up on that Melanie person that Yama found. Again, it may just be a coincidence, but fuck it. I'll look into it. And if she happens to have been like his sweetheart that he set up just in a fairly lucrative position, then great.
Yeah, that makes things easier. Well, I'd like to take another day off.
Yeah, you still look a little rough. Like, okay, I need to go check on this Melanie person anyway. I was trying to look up a night market to see if I could get anything happening then, but I only have like a date. I don't really have a location, unfortunately. And well, Night City's not a small place. Robbie, you rebooted yet?
Well, take that as a no.
There's a pause.
A long pause.
Operations nominal. What are your orders?
No orders. God, I hate it when you say it like that.
Dude, I want tacos.
Get me a taco. Yes, sir.
No. Do not order Robbie to get you tacos, goddammit.
Damn it, I have to eat kibble again.
Searching for tacos.
Tacos rule.
Searching for nearest.
But man, just rob a
Available
convenience
tacos.
store already.
I will
It's not even that
pistol
hard.
whip you, motherfucker.
Awaiting
Robbie is
confirmation.
my friend, goddammit.
Awaiting confirmation for taco procurement.
No. No tacos.
Come on, Blitz, just rob a convenience store already. It's not
Awaiting
even hard.
confirmation for taco annihilation.
No, do not annihilate tacos, Robbie. No, just forget the tacos.
Wait a minute.
Do
This sounds...
not delete parts of your memory.
Well, that was worth a laugh.
What does
Thanks,
taco
Robbie.
annihilation mean?
Like,
Can we blow the
I
taco?
want you all to appreciate that this happens on a semi-regular basis between Hassan and Robbie, as Hassan has been trying to work Robbie towards being a person again. So he's both ecstatic that he operated on his own initiative and frustrated that he's dealing with the same old, effectively talking to a dumb computer.
I feel like normally it's Yama's fault because he'll find some conversational in and then try to talk him into robbing a convenience store.
Clarification.
Acquisition of
Tacos.
products needed.
Clarification. Confirmation. tacos are contraband within the effective area.
No.
Tacos are a food source.
Confirmed classification.
Look,
Tacos, non-contraband.
look, I cannot tell you all. Like, this has been a good day, not just because of the information, but like the fact that, you know, Robbie acted on his own initiative. Is like this is the most I've seen of him in quite some time. God, my friend is still in there somewhere.
Hey, Dreamer, can I talk to you outside for a minute?
What's up? All right. I'll
All
walk
right.
out with Blitz.
Get outside. I said, you saw what Robbie did to that? If his programming glitches, he may do that to himself.
Why I'm trying to be gentle. It's also why I've not shown Robbie the footage that I took.
Okay, just letting you know that's
Look,
if that's
yes,
the way he's going to react to that, his programming may kick in,
look,
and you may have some real problems.
look. This is why it was only. This is why I did it gently with the verbal instead of pulling out my agent and showing him, like, because I got all that on tape.
Yeah, it's probably good that he deleted that information. All right, I just wanted you to be sure, so you know.
Look, Blitz.
Out of character thing. Blitz is a computer like knows his way around like a computer, and probably like has some experience programming AIs and stuff.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and Blitz would probably be the only person in the party who would maybe be able to guess. Potentially, the reason that this doesn't appear in the memory is that it is it was a decision made purely within the meat, and the overlay, whatever agent, whatever like cybernetic governor is running his decision making, might not have had anything to do with that action. And that's why it doesn't appear in the log.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And it took the overlay a moment to like, hey, wait a minute, something happened. I'm missing data. Reboot.
That's kind of like what Hassan is leaning towards. But if Blitz can confirm that, Hassan would be ecstatic.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, this is what I think happened. I think the meat side kicked in and reacted before anybody else could move, even his own overlaying circuitry and AI that may be in there.
Oh God, my friend really is still in there.
He may be in there, but what condition is he in if he's willing to shoot somebody else in the same condition?
No, I get it.
What? You telling me you wouldn't do that for somebody? Shit, man. Like half the time, that's not even a person in there anymore.
Oh, hi.
You're gonna fucking put him out.
Did you come out with us?
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Well, he did. Apparently he did now.
I mean, Yama does
Like
not
the camera
recognize.
pans to the side, and he's been. He doesn't know. It's like clear how long he's been there, but he's
like, look,
Just sitting there completely still, eating chips.
Look,
Very
personal property,
slowly.
like personal property and tact are both things that Yama does not recognize outside of the relation to himself.
Yeah, like for instance, my car.
Dude, did you get it fixed finally?
Yeah, I got it upgraded.
Yeah, I don't see any bullet holes in it anymore. But anyway, look, Blitz, this is one of the reasons why I got in touch with you a few months ago. That obviously got wrapped up in a whole bunch of other stuff that then led to these other things that we're dealing with now. But I was kind of hoping to talk with you more about that. Like, if we've got a pretty clear sign that Robbie is still in there in some capacity, like I want to find a way to kind of gently ease him out. Like, cause like I don't want him. I don't want him to suffer like that poor son of a bitch trapped in that shell was suffering.
So Blitz, you just kind of remind you as the player, like you did a dive into Robbie's like cortex and everything like that at one point, and you found like no real trace of a personality, even like an artificial one, inside that brain case.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it wasn't compartmentalized, though.
Yeah.
It could be on a different level, hidden somewhere.
Right, but I'm saying like at the point that you went, at the very least, you did not find anything.
Yeah.
So so I'm just kind of leaning forward. So like this is just something that we can work off of because, like, Arasaka butchered him. It looks like Militech was operating off of a similar tracks. It's just they did it rougher. So I don't know. After we deal with these motherfuckers trying to kill me, like, I want you to know that I will go at great expense to enable you to do anything that you can to help him.
Oh, I'm willing to help, that's for sure. But I think Resin might be more qualified.
I think you two might have to work together.
Yeah, I mean, I might be able to handle like some of it, but yeah, that's that's probably beyond me.
Look, I think Resin is already pretty interested in a bunch of what's going on with us, not least of which because she took that guy apart and was willing to plug in my amp. I'm going to go see if my amp is still functional. He wasn't screaming too loud. We turned that down pretty low, so hopefully my amp is fine. But look, I'll work on getting Resin on board. But just saying, as soon as after we've dealt with the attempts on my life, the continuation of the Robbie project, trying to get my friend back. So you're on board for working with me on that?
Yeah, I'm willing to help people.
Thank you, Blitz. Thank you so much.
Now about this killing you, that may cost you some money.
I mean,
that's just business.
I mean, I have been forking out a lot of money for that already, but that's why I'm saying.
I'm just laughing.
The bribery ledger. The bribery ledger might get us some good stuff. So I'm going to use the other thing as a cudgel for this guy in particular.
All right. I just want to make you aware, and not in front of Robbie, just in case something else went.
No, like I suspected, but getting your professional opinion confirming has got. It's honestly, I think, pretty good news. Like in a weird way.
All right, I'm going back in.
We need more towels for all that blood, don't we?
I have towels.
There you wet.
That's characters. Leave it.
Resin has a wet vac in there somewhere. It's not the first time that something's exploded in there.
Hey, fuck, like that's kind of a good point to leave off the session, isn't it?
Well, so you want to go and try and talk to
Melanie, yeah, but I mean, do we want to go into the scene for that? Because that might take a bit.
You got 40 minutes. That's probably plenty of time.
I mean, she's probably not doing anything. We can just go.
I figure you can actually do this in about 20 minutes.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to take day 5 off.
Okay. Hey, Robbie, we're going on a field trip.
Acknowledged. State destination.
Yama, it's your car, and you know where
it is. Antique shop just outside the city.
Cool. Can you take us there?
Yeah. Like pile in.
Thank you.
Yay, kibble in my hotel room. Yay.
Telling you, man, just rob a convenience store. It's not even hard. And do
remember, like, your lifestyle choices or whatever are just like the stuff that you have on the regular that you don't have to pay for extra. You can always go out and buy extra things.
Or rob a convenience store.
But I like people.
Yeah.
But then don't kill them when you do it.
Yeah, so Blitz, if you want to actually go out and like go to like a little like corner like corner stall or whatever, like a food cart or whatever, to get like food and just spend 10 eddies to eat like a
Treat yourself.
meal that's not kibble, you can do that.
Yay!
We are still riding high off a pretty big payout. We haven't spent all the money that we got yet.
And this is why I have good pre-pack for all my meals.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Resin, did you want to try and make any more healing items while we're here real quick?
Yes, I would like to.
Okay.
I've stepped away from my computer, so can you roll for me?
Yeah, I gotcha. So it's your pharmacy, so you actually have you have a +2 on that. So whenever you're making these things, it is the combination of the points that you have in your pharmacy and your cryo, because it's a tech roll. So both of those points actually go into it.
Oh, nice.
So as long as you don't roll a 1, then you can make these things.
Yeah.
I say that, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so it's a tech check, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so 8 + 2 + D10. So where'd the thing go? There it is. So 10 + D10. So you need 3 or better. All right, you make 1. Remember, these
That's
cost
17.
200 eddies a piece to make.
So,
So-
she's got
Yep.
3 currently. in
So,
reserve?
so you're. I assume you're probably like extorting the rest of your team members to get these things made.
Since it's probably going to them, yeah.
What is it?
It's it's a healing item. You get
It's
your
an injectable that immediately gives us twice our body back. In
no. It's
HP.
body plus will specifically.
Okay, body plus will.
Okay, I'll pay for that one.
Okay, mark off 200 eddies. Does anybody want her to try and make any more?
We have 3 currently.
Including
Fine
that
for
one.
now, right?
What's it called?
It's on the pharmaceutical list. I forget exactly what it's called.
Okay, it's on the pharmaceutical list.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So if nobody wants to put in money for her to make any more of them, then we will go ahead and move on.
Yeah, because I think with that one, that makes a total of 4 that I made, because I made 3 last session.
Yeah.
Out
Okay.
of my own pocket.
So Robbie, Yama, and Dreamer, you eventually all get back to this antique shop, just inside the inside the outskirts of the city. Is everybody go in, or is it just going to be Dreamer? Or
I'm going in.
okay,
Maybe she got more car parts. Shit.
it's on
I'm
the
resting.
minute. Yeah,
Is this day 5 or is this day 4?
this is day 4.
Oh, okay. I mean, I
Uh,
guess. Well, I will stay with Resin and help her work on whatever's left here to work on.
Don't you fucking stay in the upholstery?
Yeah, because I still need to strip his bones.
Okay. We'll have you do one more roll at the end of the session for that.
Yeah.
But so you get in there, and you are greeted by a fairly attractive upper middle-aged woman.
Hey, shopkeep, you got any new car parts?
Oh, it's the Nomad. No, nothing new today. Honestly, getting that piece in was actually quite a rarity.
Yeah, figured.
I mean, the scrappers come in and bring all kinds of things. Some of it's nice, some of it's interesting, and I kind of just take what I like from them.
Anyway, yeah, Dreamer, you said you wanted to like.
Well, I wanted you to make an introduction first, as that would be polite. Come on.
Hi, my name's Melinda. There, I'm introduced.
Yeah.
Linda. my stage name is Dreamer. You can call me Hassan. Just giving her a smile. And
What
I
can I do
was
for you,
wondering,
Hassan?
I was wondering if you and I could talk for a little bit.
Just a
I'm
little bit?
afraid it is. I'm afraid it is about business, but not necessarily in the mercantile sense.
Oh.
Though I am, of course,
I'm
always,
sorry, I'm not in that business
no,
anymore.
not like that, not like that, not like that. Though I mean, you are very beautiful, though. I won't deny that, but not like that. And I apologize if I came off that way. I swear that was not my intention.
She cocks her eyebrow a little bit as, it's like, okay, well, get to the point then.
So, I'm sure this is a massive coincidence, but I'm really just kind of checking up on things. And I swear my rambling has a point. Yeah, you may have seen me that message I put out online for a great many people who are attempting to kill me. No.
Oh yeah, I did
Uh,
see that. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. And well, I've been doing some digging into that, and I realized where the initial point of contact for, said awful fascist was. And this is where, we're gonna hopefully get to a confirmation or not, but uh the initial point of contact was one Councilman Haakensen.
Garvin? What did Garvin have to do with any of this?
So you do know him.
In a fashion, yes.
Well, it turns out that Councilman Haakensen is also one of the prominent fixers in Night City. And as one of the prominent fixers, somebody came to him requesting help hiring people to shoot me to death. Haakensen passed that along to another fixer who I've already talked with. But of course, I'm interested mostly in figuring out who came to Councilman Haakensen wanting me dead. So I need to talk with the man. And obviously, getting through certain doors, getting him persuasive, in a persuaded sense of mind. Well, you can see where I'm getting at here. And I learned from looking into him that he did have a thing for joy girls, and that there was one in particular who he visited quite often. Didn't get a name, but it started with an M.
Ah,
And
and you think that Joy Girl is me?
Well, judging by that you knew his first name, you have kind of revealed your hand on that a bit, my dear.
Well, I could be offended if it wasn't true. But it is true, so I'm not offended.
You're
Yes,
very kind.
Garvin and I had a very good working relationship.
I just want to talk with him because I'm less interested in the man himself, but more the man who went to him who wanted me dead. So if there's anything that you could give me that would make it easier for me to talk with him and get him to work with me, I would be greatly appreciative.
Well, I would love to help you out, Hassan, but unfortunately, me and Garvin have more or less cut ties. This shop of mine was his final gift to me.
I see. Then, I don't know, is there anything that you know that I could drop just to say if I wanted to arrange a meeting with him that would make him more suggestible? Like, say, a place where you two dined most often, a favorite meal, favorite music. Just anything that I could do to, like, ease my way in such that he would be more amenable to actually meeting with me because he is a councilman. And, well, it's, I can't just I can't just walk up and say I'd like to speak with him. They'll put me on a waiting list, and it might be like months or a year. And well, I still have people who want me dead.
Hmm. Ah. Well, he did enjoy some of the older, classic rock of the '90s. And
Any piece in particular?
he kind of had this explanation to me about a song about a man in a box and how he felt that it kind of related to him in a way.
I think I know the piece.
It was very interesting, but I mean, it wasn't really my kind of music.
Oh, what is your kind of music? My band is kind of wide ranging itself. I cater to many tastes.
Well, perhaps I'll just have you play something for me every now and then, but
Be happy to.
let's get back to what it is that you want.
Well, yeah, that helps, but I also need to know what kind of man he is, because obviously I'm going to try to be getting information out of him. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat this with you. I want to know the person who approached him. And if I know what kind of person he is, how he tends to react to stressors, that sort of thing, I might be able to better get that information out of him. Like, I'm not going to insult your intelligence here and say that, this will be a necessarily amicable conversation between the two of us, him and I. Like, chances are he might lean on his position, and I might have to use other information that I've gotten to try to protect myself. That's just kind of how this song and dance goes.
Well,
But if I know what kind of person he is, I might have a better chance. And I swear, I'm mostly just looking to find the name of the person who approached him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can tell you that Garvin is a very motivated individual. And if you plan on going against him somehow, well, you might want to figure out what your coffin size is.
I'm not afraid to put a bullet in me if he feels like I'm a threat.
Oh, a bullet is the least of things that Garvin can accomplish.
I'm feeling like, and please forgive me if I'm wrong here, this might be one of the things that led to the parting of ways that you spoke about.
Oh no, not at all. Garvin told me a lot. Garvin told me a lot of things about his business. It was very much a de-stressing mechanism that I did for him. Kind of a girlfriend experience, if you will.
All right, so very motivated individual, doesn't react well to threats, you say?
Sweetheart, he is the threat.
Okay. How should I approach him, do you figure? How should I open? Because again, I really just need a name.
If you can get him to respect you, you'll probably get somewhere with him.
So you're asking, so a fine line then I'm treading here. Ballsy enough that he likes me, but not so ballsy that he feels like he needs to get rid of me. Okay.
Sweetheart, you're already walking on a razor wire.
I mean, what else is new? Well, I won't ask you to divulge any of the deeper secrets. I know that you probably wouldn't, and I won't. Yeah. So
she kind of gets a smug little smile as to confirm that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's just like I won't insult your intelligence, and I'm mostly trying to right a wrong here, and I don't see a point in making more wrongs, so I'm not going to threaten you because fuck that, I'm not that kind of person. So, but I appreciate what you have shared. It gives me a better idea of who this man is and how to approach him. If there's anything more that you're willing to divulge, I would appreciate it. But like I said, I'm not going to try to force anything out of you that you don't want to tell.
Well, if I think of anything, I'll let you know.
You've already been a great help because I've got a clearer idea of who this person is as a person rather than just his policies, of which I already know quite a bit about.
And she kind of holds out her hand just to kind of like as a give me your agent kind of thing.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like, money for the thing, but yeah, here's the agent.
She taps a few numbers and gives it back, and it's basically her contact information.
Right, I'll text her so that she's got mine.
Oh yeah.
Melinda, it has been lovely talking to you. I have walked into the store, so I should buy something. I need a new jacket. Yeah, got a good jacket over here.
Oh, most definitely. Are you a fan of samurai?
I do have a soft spot for Johnny Silverhand. Big fan. Think that his later stuff got, well, mostly I think that he started giving in to despair. You could kind of tell it with some of his music. But his earlier stuff, it's real rabble-rousing stuff. I love it.
Well, I don't have anything by Johnny, but I do have one of Carrie's old jackets that he wore during one of their early gigs.
Oh shit, that's almost certainly out of my price range. Like if Carrie wore it. Like
she leads you back to it, and it does have like a price tag on it of like 10,000 eddies.
Yeah, like Hassan's looking at it going like, if I have the money, I'd buy it in a heartbeat, Melinda. But this is a piece of history right here.
Well, perhaps we can do a trade at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Give you a call later?
Think that would be appropriate.
And she gives you a wink and heads back to behind the counter.
Okay. I think that's probably the most that I'm going to get out, but I am going to put down like €100 just for. I don't like wasting people's time, and you've been really helpful for me, so I figure even if I couldn't get the jacket, pleasant conversation, eh?
It was my pleasure, Hassan.
I'll tick off €100. All right. That actually is really useful because I know that I can't just go in hard with this guy, because if I go in hard with this guy, chances are good he will retaliate immediately. Good to know.
Mm-hmm. And then as you guys are leaving, Yama, your agent rings.
Tech dreams of organic toys that are running out on the edge. Soft screams of the rocker boys, the echo